I'm about to show you what is quite possibly the largest painting collection I have ever made. And this is only part one. Every couple months, I kind of drop a painting collection that revolves around a theme. And I usually put it all in one video, have it all come out at once, and tell you about it. And then life goes on. A little later, I come out with another collection. That's just how my mind works as an artist, and it's how I enjoy sharing these things with you. So I'm really excited to show you the 14 paintings that you're about to see in this video. I imagine part 2 of this will come out sometime in 2025 because there's going to be a little bit of a shift in this collection. Also, I just want to tell you, as always, when I drop a painting collection, the paintings are available in my shop, and so are limited edition prints. So if you see anything you like, feel free to head on over to mirabyler.com. But mostly, I just want you to enjoy this video. So sit back, relax. Let's have some painting time together. This collection is called Chasing Wonder. There is no set place that this collection happens. It is places that I chased out, places that I was going, and then boom, something caught me by surprise. Some of these paintings could be an ordinary day here in Ohio, and one of them is in fact that. Others are places, I flew to. I wanted to see them. They're on my bucket list, and I was chasing adventure, and boom, something caught me by surprise, And the point of this collection, I think, really is there's so much in life to be appreciated, whether it's in the ordinary or whether you're pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone and you're kind of scared and then something catches you off guard. I think that's just a really beautiful component of life. And depending on our perspectives, there's a lot of things that we can appreciate. So I took those little blips of time dotted all around the globe, and I kind of put them together to form this painting collection of like, ooh, here is a moment that I just really want to remember. I really want to appreciate. And my version of appreciating that is painting it. So I really love painting for the process. I don't really care about keeping the final painting. It's more like reliving this moment in brush strokes. And to have been able to do that with a bunch of places was a really beautiful experience. So the painting you're seeing now is Mechanicsburg, Ohio. It was a cornfield. That's how this whole collection started. It was a cornfield, and I really just felt so inspired from there. So it actually did start in my area. I live in Columbus, Ohio. Mechanicsburg is very close to me. And I was like, yep, we're doing this. I'm gonna start looking at all the photos in my camera roll that gave me this feeling, and I'm gonna paint it. That was the only Ohio one though, so now we're gonna move on to other places. So next I am prepping another canvas and painting a gloomy sky. And you're gonna see some similarities with the paintings in this collection because a lot of them have gloomy skies. And I think with the yearning for fall, I started painting this over the summer. With the yearning for fall, I craved those cozy, gloomy looking days, and I just kind of went for it. So that's gonna kind of tie this collection together a little bit. It wasn't like super intentional, but it happened. This is a place in Colorado, Garden of the Gods, if you've ever been there. I've been there a couple times. We go there for medical conferences, and yeah, I really appreciate the scenery there. I felt like this was just an understated area that didn't get a lot of love, but I loved it. The red rock, that gets a lot of attention, but that dry little field, something spoke to my heart, and I snapped some pictures of that. I think I remember my husband looking at me like, what are you doing? And I was like, it's so pretty. So yeah, I had to paint that. These are oil paintings, by the way, and I varnished them off camera because I had to let them dry for, some of these dried for weeks before I varnished them. I try to give things a lot of drying time. I did not film the varnishing process for this YouTube video, but I did get a couple shorts. So if I remember, I can try to put some of that footage in here. Also, if you're curious about the underpaintings, why am I painting my canvases like burnt umber or burnt sienna? It's just to let that show through a little bit. It adds a little bit of warmth to my paintings, It is not super noticeable, but it is the most common question I get, and I just like to answer it in as many videos as I can. It's a technique that I just love. These next two paintings are really tiny paintings of the same place, Garden of the Gods, just different scenes, you know? And I was just really appreciating my walk there. I have been there at a couple different stages of life during different highs and different lows. So that place kind of means a lot of different things to me. But yeah, I captured a couple photos and turned them into mini paintings. And I thought it was really fun just messing around with different types of muted color, but bringing in some of the red rock for these paintings. It was something that I actually thought would be really challenging, and that's why I chose smaller canvases, because I thought it would make it less intimidating to do littler paintings than larger ones. All right, we're gonna shift locations again. We are still in Colorado. This time we are in Silverthorne, Colorado. And I have done paintings from this location in the past. We did a big trip here and did a lot of hiking a couple years ago. And we went during the fall. The aspen trees were changing and it was just phenomenal. It was so beautiful. We climbed some mountains, stood at the top, looked down at lakes and everything, and it was just astounding, you know? And this mountain, when we got to the top, there's a little pond at the top. And I just thought it was so beautiful. Like, what a lovely surprise to have hiked all this way and then boom, we find a pond up here. Everything around is beautiful. And nobody would have, like, I could never have known there would have been a pond up top, you know, unless I used like Google Maps. But when I came up and saw that, I was just taken aback and had to take a picture. I knew one day I would probably paint it, so here we are. That's why I like to call this collection Chasing Wonder, because like in this painting specifically, I remember I was chasing a sense of adventure. I was hiking up a mountain and it just felt exhilarating. And then when I got to the top, this view just took my breath away. It was awesome. In case you haven't caught on at this point, travel is one of my absolute favorite things. I love seeing different parts of the world and experiencing different cultures and meeting different people, trying different cuisines. And I have started really incorporating that into my artwork, and it has made art mean something different to me. I have enjoyed art a lot more. I feel a lot more passionate about it because I'm like intertwining things that I love. And over time, I've started really painting for the process and not caring as much about like keeping the final painting or whatever. And it's lended this certain sense of like having grace with myself mixed with just enjoy being in the moment. Reflect on the past or think about something you're going through or whatever, you know. Just mixing travel with painting has really lit something within me. So yeah, you're probably gonna see a lot of paintings around that for a long time because I'm loving it. Let's change locations again. So last year I went to Denmark, Norway, and Sweden, and we had a really wonderful time in Scandinavia. I wish we could have seen more of it, but we were on a very limited timeline. So one of my favorite things we did in Norway was take a high-speed boat ride in the fjords. And before we did this, my husband kept saying, yeah, we're gonna do a really high-speed boat ride. I hope we don't fall off and stuff. And I think he was trying to like scare me or intimidate me. I don't really remember. But I was terrified to do this. I did not want to do it. I was like sick to my stomach beforehand. And then we get to this place where we're all supposed to meet up and like go. And I'm like, oh, this is fine. This is like not what I imagined. So we took a tour through the fjords and there were waterfalls everywhere. Like I tried to count them just from one vantage point and I lost count. It was breathtaking. So I got this photo of a waterfall, and something that our tour guide told us, the fjords are really, really deep. So this water is super dark and it was really cold. And something about that was like intimidating. It made me feel small, and it also just made me feel really thankful that there are parts of the world, specifically like this, that look completely untouched by humans and just can be so grand. We also like didn't get out of the boat or anything and walk around. Yeah, it was one of those moments where I knew I will never be back here again, so I had better paint this and enjoy it for what it is. Here's another painting from that same boat ride. That boat ride, I feel like, it was maybe 2 hours, 3 hours or something. I will remember that forever. It is still like so vivid in my mind, just how beautiful everything was. But the skies were so overcast and moody, and the water was like changing a lot within those 3 hours. We had a lot of different weather patterns. It made for some really cool paintings. Here's a little snippet of prepping some canvases. Some of these canvases I prepped right here, I never filmed the painting process, and some I did. So with that being said, if there's any that I haven't filmed the process, I will save those until the end of the video so you can get a quick peek at them. This next painting, I think it was taken when I was flying from Denmark to Norway. Denmark is an absolutely beautiful country. I wish we could have stayed there longer, but when we got up in the sky and I looked down at all the rivers and just the landscape, it was so beautiful and green. I was just so shocked when I saw it. So I took some pictures of that and decided I would like to try some aerial landscape painting. And I've been taking photos like that for a long time. Never really felt brave enough to do it. But I had to remind myself with this collection, like, I am painting this feeling that I'm chasing. Why would I not paint the feeling that I chased when painting it is also giving me that feeling? So I decided, you know what? Gotta get brave and just paint this, see what happens. And this ended up being the main painting of part 1 of this collection. Like, sometimes I think when we confront our fears and get outside of our comfort zone, it can lead to something good. It's not perfect, but it was a good experience, and I feel like I learned a lot through it. I still have a lot to learn as an artist, but yeah, I'm just really grateful that I didn't tuck this picture to the side and decide it was too hard or too scary to paint. And of course, I'm the type of person who struggles saying goodbye to paintings. So after that aerial landscape, I had to do a smaller version. And it's literally the same scene, just in a different spot. The plane moved forward. But I loved it. It was really fun. This is also when we were standing on top of some mountains. We're not like mountain climbers. We're just like hike up a mountain, go back down, do a day trip type thing. By the way, I'm not like whatever, super extreme. I just really enjoy the view from being up high and looking down at the world you live in every day and realizing how small that actually makes you feel. It's incredible. And you can feel that on an airplane too. I have rambled a lot, but this is part 1 of the collection. Now is the part where I'm going to show some paintings that I didn't share the painting process for. So if you want to see those pieces, enjoy. these collection videos, like I could turn them into multiple videos and do a full-blown series with this. But something in my heart, I just don't want to do that. I want it to be in a video like this. It makes me feel like I can share what I want to share, but keep some things just between the canvas and me. These videos are really special and they mean something. I hope they mean something to you too. Once again, all of these paintings are available at mirabyler.com. You can also get limited edition prints. Some of the prints are like really, really large rolled canvas prints, and then I have like standard size prints too. So if you are looking to fill a big wall, I do have some stuff. Thank you for being here for part 1 of this collection. I know I could turn this into multiple videos, but it's a lot to try to film all of this, and this is just what feels right to me, and this is what I have capacity for. So yeah, I just am so grateful that you're here to see this art journey, and I hope these paintings made a little part of you feel adventurous again. Anyway, have a beautiful day. I'll see you next time. Bye.